Hello, we are currently at our site, which is located not too far from the Toronto area. This site is 300,000 square feet in size. It's a large project. On this project, we installed a Uniview video surveillance system. The total number of cameras is 112 units. We have also installed a system of access control and alarm from ICT, an intercom system for the reception from BAS-IP. Since today in Toronto it's minus 25 degrees Celsius, let's try to get inside the building quickly. We have two options for how we can do this. If you are a guest, you can use the intercom system BAS-IP to contact the reception, and they will grant you access and unlock the door, and you will be able to enter inside. Also, if you, as an employee of this facility, you are to able enter inside the building using the ICT access control system. Each fob is linked to a specific individual. The system will record the time you entered and identify who entered. I will show you now how it works. With a simple motion, we pressed on the card reader and our door opened thanks to the electric lock. This is the place where all of the mail and packages are delivered to. This is a safe zone so as not to go further inside. They created such a zone so that mail could be delivered. Also, to proceed further into the lobby area, we have installed an ICT card reader which works with the system, ADO or automatic door opener. It is all integrated into one system with an electric lock and with just one touch of the fob. The system automatically opens the door and grants you access to enter inside. Additionally, for this specific door to exit outside, we installed the system T-Rex, but since the door opens and closes automatically, it takes a little bit of time for the door to close. Therefore, we will move on and return to this door a little later. Here, as you can see, the ICT keypad. You are able to arm, disarm, and activate the alarm just by simply entering the code. Each code is linked to a specific individual, and we are able to see entered the code and at what time in order to monitor security of the facility. Here in the corner, we have installed a motion detector and a glass breaker detector. In case of an event of any unauthorized entry, if someone breaks the glass break sensor is triggered, which causes the alarm to go off, and the security arrives. Similarly, the motion detector activates if unauthorized movement triggers the alarm, and the security arrives. Also, this is an area where the reception operates. In the reception area, we installed a monitor with a touchscreen. We have connected two call panels to this monitor, which are located at the main entrance group. You can see how it operates. And the second intercom panel is located in the loading area where the trucks arrive and drivers make an exchange of documents and so on. Here you see the conference area. In this building there are many different offices and conference areas, and they have windows. We took this into account. In each of these rooms, we installed glass breakers to monitor unauthorized access to the facility. Also, in this area, at the entrance group, we installed a Uniview camera. It has a resolution of 5 megapixels to monitor who enters and who exits this area and the building itself. Finally, our door closed successfully. And here is our rec system. If we have to exit, we no longer need to use fob. And according to fire regulations, it should be an unobstructed exit. Therefore, in the event of any movement, REX is activated and the door opens automatically. Here in the door we have installed door contacts in case the door was broken into and opened without the help of a fob or reception. The alarm system is triggered. This is after the building was closed. They left after a work day, and if the door gets opened after that, it will trigger the sensor. The contact breaks and the alarm system is activated. Here, as you can see, this is the office area. Also, we installed motion detectors. Because opposite of these motion detectors is the entrance door, and in case of unauthorized entry, the alarm is triggered again. And as you can see, in every area where there is windows, we installed glass breakers. This area is very important for monitoring who comes in and what time they leave. We installed cameras to eliminate blind spots in the rooms. A camera is placed in this corner. In the opposite, there is another camera. In the office, we installed identical 5-megapixel cameras, but the most interesting part awaits us ahead. Let me show you what it's all about. Behind this door, there is a tractor manufacturing facility, and since this is already a high-risk area, not everyone has access to this area. Therefore, thanks to the network system and functionality, it is very convenient to program each fob by zones of access. This fob, fortunately, has access to this zone, and we will now show you what is happening there. Here, in this vast production, it is very important to ensure there are no blind spots. Therefore, when we were planning the architecture of the video surveillance, we incorporated into the project these types of cameras with 4 lenses. Each lens, each camera has a resolution of 8 megapixels. This is very convenient for the user as well as for the people who install these cameras, because one cable powers 4 lenses. We power 4 lenses with one cable, and it is very convenient to monitor a large area of the premises, avoiding blind spots. These cameras are installed with an additional fall protection system. This is very important because this camera has weight around 5 kilograms, if I'm not mistaken. We installed an additional cable, if it's visible on the camera, so that in case there's any connection, for instance, some error, the cable will prevent the camera from falling. This is very important for a room of this class. While we are moving towards the cameras with 2 lenses, I want you to notice that in this area there are tractor bodies. These are large-sized parts, and they are located not very high, so cameras with 4 lenses are enough to cover the entire area, but there are zones where they store small spare parts. For these tractors, we need to ensure that when they are lifted by the forklift, they don't hit our cameras. And here you can see one of these cameras. Inside this camera are 2 lenses. 2 lenses, they look 180 degrees, they look on both sides, which ensures complete coverage. Complete coverage, it's very important in this place that everything is captured on camera, as there are many small details. Each box has a lot value, and therefore we considered what the client asked us and installed these cameras here. Between each shelf we installed 2 cameras, dual sensor. and we placed them at such a height, considering that in the event of a rise of these small spare parts, it would not damage any of our cameras, and we could continue, and the cameras could continue to function properly. At this facility, we also installed fisheye cameras with 12 megapixels in very critical areas. So I will show you where our cameras are installed and why they are placed there. Here is a camera with 4 lenses. We have installed 24 of these cameras in critical areas. And in the loading area, in the area where the loading takes place, where the gates are, there is a very critical area because the process of transfer from the supplier company is underway to the company KIOTI, and it is important that everything matches, how many boxes, how many parts have arrived, and all of this is recorded by our cameras, so we place special emphasis in that area. We installed 3 types of cameras, and now we will show you this. Here's another one of our cameras. 4 sensor, 4 lenses here. Because the volume is actually very large and it's very important. It's very important for everything to be captured on video, because here there are many crucial moments. This company is very attentive to details during assemblies, and safety is very important to them. We arrived at the area where the trucks come, and they bring all these spare parts, cargo and so on. And here we also installed a camera with 4 lenses. Here's the camera, further you will see. This is an 8 megapixel camera from Uniview. And then we installed a fisheye camera. The fisheye camera is a 12 megapixel camera, which provides excellent image quality and control, allowing us to zoom in on the picture, enabling us to see what's happening in better quality. The fisheye camera is equipped with a microphone, meaning that not only the video but also the audio of what is happening in this area is recorded. Here is the packaging area, and it is very important to monitor all processes. It was important for them to have both audio and video, and we found a solution for our clients so that not only the video but also the audio is of sufficiently good quality. All the cables, all our cameras, they go to the switches, to the PUE switches, and we installed them. If you can see on this post, we installed them at this height because there is active movement here. Movement of large tractors. Yes, this is a forklift. It lifts high, lowers, and to ensure that our expensive equipment is not damaged during the work process, we have installed them at such a height, and for this we have placed PUE switches. With remote management, we can control remotely every port to see the condition of the switch, what works well, what doesn't work well, in case there is some service call. We don't necessarily need direct access to the switch itself. We can do this. Fix it remotely, but thank God for the past 1.5 years, we haven't had a service call. Everything works steadily, reliably, and well, the client is very satisfied. Since the distance between the switches and the NVR is over 100 meters, we made a decision to incorporate fiber optics into the project. From the main NVR, we created 3 branches. The first branch goes to this switch. This is one optical line. It is connected to the switch, and 2. We have installed additional lines on the following switches. You will see them soon. This ensures very stable operation, because when the Cat6, Cat5 cable, we won't even mention, When the Cat6 cable is over 100 meters, it is already as if at the limit of the cable's capability, and the operation of the cameras may be unstable because of this. And to avoid these unpleasant nuances, we decided to address this issue with a fiber optic cable, and now it works. This system is very stable, without any delays. We really like this solution. We moved from the small parts area to the large parts area. As you can see here with the body parts, they are large and already here. Tractors are already assembled. Here are larger parts and at each gate. Our Uniview camera is directed because it is very important for us to monitor what enters and what exits from this building. Let's move on. I'll show you the second part of the BAS-IP intercom that we installed in the loading area. Here is our second switch. Here we also extended a line of optics, fiber optics. Here on the pole is installed our third switch, and it is very important that we distribute between the switches equally with the same number of cameras, meaning each switch is not overloaded, it's evenly distributed. This is very important so that the system does not operate at its limit, so that the system functions in an easy working mode therefore. Here are 3 switches we made to keep it balanced, not at the limit of their capacity. Here we have already approached the loading zone office. You will see how we installed an intercom here from the company BAS-IP. Here is the monitor, exactly the same as you saw. In the main office on the screen, we see who is coming, who is calling, and we decide whether to open the door for them or not. Very convenient for this type of businesses because they have a large flow of people. Many trucks are parked on the street. Many drivers arrive frequently. They often arrive by mistake, so it's very convenient to understand whether they came to you or not without letting them inside. Let's go outside and I'll show you what it looks like from the outside. At this exit, there is also a system from ICT. Here we set the alarm in case the office is often closed on weekends. But the loading office is operational and they need to either set the alarm on this door or turn it off. Therefore, we decided to install 2 panels for convenient use of the entire system. Here, our RX system is activated, which opens the door without any obstacles. And here you can see how our cameras and the entire system look from outside the building. These are all cameras from the company Uniview. They are 12 megapixels cameras, very high resolution, because it is necessary to capture the license plates of cars that approach from a distance. They approach and they record which car's license plate arrived and so on. Here, Intercom BAS-IP, it is here in black color. The client requested that it differ in colors from the main office, from the loading area, and we decided to install black color here, and also the ICT card reader, which will allow us to enter inside now. Again, I remind you that today we have -25, so we'll try to quickly return back to the warmth. There is also an area here where tractors are assembled. Also a very important safety zone because the people who work there, This is an area where there is increased danger, where they work with cranes, so we have also designated it there. Great attention to the cameras, and let's go. I'll show you exactly which cameras we installed there. From this area we entered, and it turns out where the loading zone is and simply where the warehouses are, you just can't get in like that. So we are using again access through ICT, and we go inside. You see, each camera monitors everything, loading. Gates. All cameras are installed at the same height. At the same height, this is a safe height, so that they can move around loading. The loaders lift the equipment very high, and we discussed with the client the height at which they will lift the equipment to avoid damaging our cameras. This is the assembly shop. We installed a camera with 4 lenses. It covers the area, the visible assembly area from this side. We also installed right above the assembly area a 12 megapixel fisheye camera. It was very important for us to maintain a high camera quality because very important processes are happening here, and the client wants to see that everything complies with safety standards and with the quality standards of the assemblies as they want. Yes, we have now stepped out of the assembly area to show to you how we control outside the area. There is a Uniview camera installed here, also a 12 megapixel camera, because it is very important. This is a driving zone and it is bordered by other productions, and the client wanted that this area was monitored with the highest possible quality. At the corner, we installed a fisheye camera, as it provides a good view of the angle. It covers 360 degrees and the angle has no blind spots. This is a very correct solution for this type of buildings, structures. This camera covers this turn. When the car comes from this side, we see, thanks to this camera, how it enters the turn and moves further through the client's area. It's a very good camera. Behind this door is the IT room, where all our main equipment is located, and only a limited number of people have access to this room. That's why we installed it here. ICT card reader, and with the help of our fob, we gain access to this room. Here you see the access control management center. 24 doors are managed here. Also, equipment is installed for a monitoring company that monitors the entire facility in case of remote intrusion. The company calls security and they arrive. They respond to the call, and down here a power system is installed for all of our doors. And for the convenience of the staff working at the company KIOTI, we have installed such a screen, a monitor, where they can have quick and easy access to cameras to view specific recordings in certain areas at specific times, which is very convenient for the client. And a very important feature here in this server room, you will now see the main brain of our surveillance system. At the top you see 3 lines of optics. These are from 3 switches installed in our warehouse. Here is the POU switch, which is responsible for the cameras installed in the office. And the NVR from Uniview. In this NVR is installed 200 terabytes of memory, 20 hard drives of 10 terabytes each. It was a very wise decision to choose this particular NVR because when there is recording from the cameras, this is happening simultaneously on all 20 hard drives. So if one of the hard drives fails, no information will be lost, which is very important for such strategic facilities, like the production of tractors. And it is important for them that the entire process is not lost from the video recording. Therefore, this NVR is a very appropriate solution in this case. For enterprise-level projects, it is crucial to have reliable suppliers and trustworthy partners. And when our client made a request, they wanted a good intercom installation, access control and video surveillance. For the intercom, we chose BAS-IP because we had experience working with them before. We installed them on previous projects and the quality and stability of their work never let us down. BAS-IP delivered very good designs during the client presentation, which caught the client's attention. He liked the quality of the materials, the equipment itself, the design and the ease of use in the phone application. Also the cloud function, which is very convenient for our client. In the future, this system may be supplemented more by their equipment, and today, a year and a half later, the system was operating stably, without issues, and we will definitely continue to work with them and this company. For access control, we chose the ICT system because it meets the enterprise level and combines access control with an alarm system. The master distributor of the ICT system in Canada is Inaxis. We collaborate with the company Inaxis, and three of their strengths are important to us. Firstly, there is always an ICT system available in their warehouses. Secondly, they provide strong technical support, as they have been working with ICT systems for more than 20 years. And they literally know everything about this equipment. Thirdly, it's very convenient to keep track of updates in the ICT system, as the company Inaxis regularly posts videos with new news and updates about this product. For video surveillance, we chose the Uniview system, and the company XLR is the official distributor in Canada. Jaden, as the leader, was with us at every stage of this project. At the initial stage, when the client had technical questions, I invited Jaden so that he could be with us at this meeting. And at this meeting, Jaden answered all the technical questions that our client had. Our client wanted to compare Uniview equipment with other brands. And when Jaden demonstrated how the Uniview system works, the client found all the answers to their questions and settled on this brand. Additionally, after the installation of the surveillance system was completed, Jaden personally came to meet with the managers to conduct a briefing on how to use this equipment, watch recordings, and download archives. He fully answered all the questions that came from their side. I also want to note that the company XLR regularly uploads videos on YouTube about training on how the Uniview system works. This is very convenient for installers, and it's very convenient for business owners. Drawing from personal experience working with company XLR, I can confidently say that this company is the best distributor of Uniview systems in Canada. The Sense Group company provides comprehensive solutions for the installation of video surveillance and security systems for commercial and industrial projects. We would be delighted to engage in new collaborations if you have projects of this type. Please reach out via the link provided below in the video. We look forward to collaborating with you.
Did you enjoy this video? If you have interesting case study about your product or service or story about your company that you want to share with the security industry and you want to publish it on our YouTube channel, then listen up. My name is Oleg Bordyan and I'm the founder of Pipl Systems and Pipl List companies. Pipl Systems is a media platform for the physical security industry built on principle of free to publish and free to watch. And what does it mean? It means that any professional in the security industry can send us the video or article, and if the material provides real value to integrators, installers, manufacturers, distributors, or even end users of security systems, we will publish it for free on our YouTube channel and website. And if you don't have content yet, or you are not sure how to create it, we will help you too. Our marketing agency Pipl List produces professional content end-to-end. We can travel anywhere in the world to film a case study, product review, company presentation, interview, anything that clearly and technically showcases your expertise in the security market. You can use this content in your own marketing, and it will also be featured on Pipl Systems. If you want the industry to hear your story, Pipl Systems and Pipl Leads are here to make it happen.